We'll put some respect by the great producer Nile Rodgers' name. Nile Rodgers, part of Chic, with the late great Bernard Edwards and Tony Thompson, and that sound, and they wrote big hits not only with Chic, but La Freak, which still is bumping to this day. And Freak Out, Good Times. But Good Times, you take that bass line and became rappers the life of the Sugar Hill Gang. That's how influential the Chic sound is. Then you fast forward to Nile Rodgers' credentials reads like a who's who of pop music. He worked with David Bowie, Let's Dance, Madonna, Like a Virgin, big hits, Duran Duran, Notorious. That's a bad man. I just mentioned, I didn't even mention working with Sister Sledge, she's the greatest dancer. For the Diana Ross, I'm Coming Out. All them classic songs, you know. So, those are classic standard songs now, Rogers, all the way up to Daft Punk with Get Lucky with Pharrell. So you're talking about 4 year differential gap of hits. Nile Rodgers is one of the baddest music making machines ever in the history of popular music. And the sound, you always knew the Chic sound, you always knew the lush layering, the strings, that whole vibe. It took, and this was influential and impactful and has laid a lasting impression and touched so many souls. Just feel good, soulful, catchy music that you could almost say is genre. Some of it's a throwback to the 40s with a big band swing vibe, but with a modernized hip flavor. Rodgers is also one of the baddest rhythm guitar players ever. Very talented, strong producer, and you always feel the goods of when so many great songs that I love with Chic. Like Soup for One. Love the harmony, love the flavor, just the way he picked up Dance, Dance, Dance. Yowza, yowza, yowza. And you know who did the yowza, yowza part? Was a then unknown on the come up singer named Luther Vandross. So when you sit there and you listen to all them Chic records and Like a Virgin album with Madonna and the Let's Dance with Bowie and the Diana Ross, you know, uh, the, it's my house. Those grooves that there's so many classic songs that this man has been a part of and that he's been instrumental in making. We are family. It's gonna be 40 years old next year. Turn the fates around with the Pittsburgh Steelers. That Pittsburgh Pirates, my bad. I got one stake in the head. But the Pirates with Pop Star Joe and Dave Parker and those guys took that song as an anthem, came back against the Baltimore Orioles back in '79, won the World Series. So We Are Family was a He's the Greatest Dancer. That song's been sampled and used over and over and over and over again. So, when you think about Nile Rodgers, one of the greatest musical minds, great arrangements, bumping, just had a strong flavor of musicality and connected with so many great talents over the years, over the decades. Nile Rodgers is somebody that should be respected big time for his contributions to changing the face and the sound of music. Because I'm gonna tell you, that Chic sound with that rhythm sound is so powerful and so strong. You can't even compare it to almost anything else. And Nile Rodgers and Bernard Edwards on that guitar and that bass, and Tony Thompson on the drum, and then that Chic string sound. I mean, that was knocking the bottom out. I mean, they really put some stank on it. You got to put some respect by Nile Rodgers' name. One of the baddest musical talents. You can put his music with any genre you want because it's covered with greatness and depth that his music transcends from the 70s, the 80s, all the way to now. Because like I told you, you go from the Chic hits to working with Daft Punk with Pharrell and Get Lucky. You take that groove. How many people can have that correlation like 4 decades of hits and mind blow you and have that thing going on? So put some respect by Nile Rodgers' name. One of the baddest musical talents and forces ever. All right. Feel free to leave a comment, hit that subscribe button. We listening. All right, peace.